Happy New Year. Coach Joyce here. I am your Dream Activation Coach, author, speaker, and CEO of Empire Living Coaching and Consulting. And I'm super excited to be here. I know it's been a minute, but I'm glad to be here in 2018. We are just about 1 week into the new year, and I'm excited today to talk to you about the importance of setting goals instead of New Year's resolutions. I think it's important that we understand the difference between the two, and that oftentimes when we set out New Year's resolutions, that we find ourselves, the problem with New Year's resolutions is that when we do those in January, we need to understand that February is coming. And so what happens is, we set these big, broad, overwhelming things that we want to do, and when we don't meet those goals in the following month or the following 2 or 3 months, then we get discouraged and we give up on acquiring the resolution altogether. So I want to talk to you more about repositioning your mindset in terms of looking at how you can actually set a goal instead of a New Year's resolution. And so what I wanted to share with this one, statistics that I found as I was researching with regards to a psychologist who did a little bit of research. His name is John Norcross, and he says that 50% of the population actually creates New Year's resolutions. But by February, a large majority of those people do not succeed. And the challenge with that, those goals may be and the most common ones are to lose weight, to manage their money better, to stop smoking, and I'm sure that you have several even of your own that you may be thinking of. So I hope that today's broadcast will help you to understand kind of how to reframe your resolution and turn it into a goal. All right. So you want to set goals and not resolutions. New Year's is a time where we are, wanting to remotivate ourselves. We're wanting to recatapult ourselves in a new direction, to reassess. We've already done the reassessment and the reevaluation and the reflection, and so now we're like, I've got to do some things better. I got to do some things different. And so this time of year is reflective, but it's also a time where we've planned out everything that we want to happen in our mind. But I want you to partner that with the understanding that you need to have a bona fide goal, instead of a broad general idea, a broad wish list, if you will, a broad scope of something you may want to achieve or accomplish. So let me talk to you just a little bit about the difference between a New Year's resolution and what a goal is. I think that with New Year's resolutions, oftentimes there's just this mental picture of something that you want to accomplish. You are determined that, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to have better eating habits, I'm going to save more money, I'm going to make more money, I'm going to spend more time with my family. Whatever your New Year's resolutions have been and are, you have this idea that you want to accomplish, but it's a mental idea. But the problem with that is that the mental thought needs to be partnered with and followed up with practical application, mapping, setting goals, and actual action steps to help you accomplish the thing that you say you want to desire to do in your mind in order to do it actually in the earth. All right. And so I believe that goals are something that helps us do that. I also believe that with New Year's resolutions, that oftentimes there's this pressure that comes with the New Year's resolution and a devastating setback that can happen when it's not accomplished. And so I believe that goals allow us to make adjustments and to alleviate some of that pressure to succeed in what we say we want to do. So if you decide that you want to lose weight and you set it's a New Year's resolution, it's just something on your wish list, something that you desire to do, but there's no plan, no action, no mindset change, no behavior change, and then when you don't lose the weight, you're just discouraged that you didn't lose the weight. But if you set a goal to lose weight, and you partner that with an actual plan to lose weight, and you outline and map out steps that you're going to accomplish and achieve in order to lose weight, then you're going to have a better outcome. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. There is a gentleman by the name of Coach Al Hollingsworth that I met several years ago. He is a multimillionaire. He's a successful businessman. He's a man of faith. He has several businesses, and he actually does ongoing trainings for people who desire to be successful in life. And Coach Hollingsworth teaches us a principle, and he says in order to accomplish and to change a bad habit, you must replace it with a good one. So if you know that your bad habit has led you, let's say, to not be as small as you like to be in your weight, you want to lose weight. So you need, and you know that you've contributed to your own result of not losing the weight, right? Because maybe of poor eating habits. Maybe you're eating cheesecake at night. I always use cheesecake because that's what I love. Because you've been eating cheesecake at midnight for the last 6 months, and now you're discouraged because you know you need to lose an extra 20 or 30 pounds, right? And so one of the things that Coach Hollingsworth says, in order to accomplish and be successful, that you need to replace a bad habit with a good one. And so he teaches us this principle called the REPO principle. It's REPOH, the REPO principle. And this REPO principle is an acronym, and it stands for repetition, easy, pleasure, often, habit, repo. So think about repossessing your bad habit and replacing it with a good one. Repo, again, REPOH, repetition, easy, pleasure, often, habit. This is how you are going to arrest, change your bad habit, and replace it with a good one. So the principle goes a little bit like this. Whatever I want to change, if I want a new habit, I have to do that thing repetitiously. Once I do that thing repetitiously, it becomes easy. And once it becomes easy, it now becomes a pleasure. And because it's a pleasure, I will do it often. And because I now do it often, it becomes a new habit. So you want to create this new habit in order to be successful and changing the old habit. So here's an example, again, with the weight loss. So let's say that I want to lose 20 pounds, I want to lose weight. This is a goal, not resolution. This is a goal. So we have a goal in mind that we're going to accomplish to lose X number of pounds, right? So we say that, okay, in order to replace the bad habit of eating late at night, of, not exercising, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and I'm going to exercise repetitiously. And because I exercise repetitiously, it is going to become a pleasure. Now, I'm a person that does not like to work out, go to the gym, exercise. Like, I don't like to do any of that. So I need to apply this principle in my life where I decide that the more that I exercise, the more pleasurable it becomes. And because it's a pleasure, I'm going to do it more often. And now I'm going to create a new habit to exercise, to eat more healthy items, to eliminate the late night cheesecake eating, right? Or the late night Haagen-Dazs eating, and to begin to just exercise more effectively. And so as I do that, now I'm automatically achieving my goal of losing weight just by changing some of my habits. So now we're partnering the mental thought of resolution and a wish list into now applying some level of action to what it is we want to accomplish. And so that's the idea behind the whole REPO principle. So let me share with you really quickly just about 3 tips that are going to help you with respect to the goal setting. So I said earlier that I believe that goals, in contrast to New Year's resolutions, helps to eliminate some of that pressure that we put on ourselves, because I believe that New Year's resolutions can often be such a broad scope of things that we want to accomplish and achieve over the next 300 and something days that it can be overwhelming because we have 25 things we're trying to target. But when you're setting a goal, you're able to apply a laser focus towards 1 or 2 things you want to accomplish at a time. And so already that's a huge amount of pressure that you're relieving off of yourself. So what you want to do is you want to look at your list. I know you have one already. I know you already wrote a list of resolutions. So I want you to go back and to look at that list and focus in terms of laser focusing as to 1 or 2 things I want to accomplish. Maybe break it down by quarter. Instead of looking at it as entire 2018 list of 35 things, let's look at the first quarter. And then once you break down, look at the first 3 months, prioritize those things within that first 3 months that you want to accomplish. And as you're looking at how you want to accomplish that, the question needs to become, how am I going to accomplish that? What habits do I need to change? What specific steps do I need to accomplish in order to reach that goal? I like using weight loss because my audience is a lot of females, and so we're always trying to make adjustments in our weight. No matter how small we are, it seems like we're just always trying to make adjustments. So I like using that as an example. So if we decide that we're going to, instead of saying, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, in the next 10 days, that's an overwhelming list. So why not say to yourself, rather than saying I'm going to lose 30 pounds, let's look at what specific actions I can take over the course of 60 days, of 90 days to lose 30 pounds, instead of trying to force yourself to lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks. That's not a realistic goal, first of all. So the goal has to be realistic. It's going to force you to be realistic. That's why goals are important. Then it's going to force you to also Set a realistic time frame. Then you want to set a realistic action plan to reach the goal. So what does that look like for you? Does that look like maybe just beginning to walk? Don't say you're going to go to the gym every day for 5 days a week and you haven't gone one day, and you don't like to exercise, and you're probably not going to work out 7 days a week because it's not your normal habit or your normal desire. So set realistic small steps as to how you can begin to accomplish that task. Maybe for you, instead of enrolling for a membership, which I did, I'm talking about myself, I enrolled for a membership probably 4 years ago. It was a 3-year membership. I probably went 4 times. So that was ridiculous for me. I didn't want to get up in the morning. I didn't want to get in my car at 5 o'clock in the morning, drive in the cold. And in Georgia, it's always, cold or rainy or thunderstorming or lightning. It's something I'm not going to do. It was not a realistic goal for me. So what I had to start doing initially was just committing to just start walking, just start to get into motion and just get into action in very small ways. Take a walk at the park, play with the grandchildren, and just get into motion and get used to moving, and then increase to the next level, right? Partner with maybe just eliminating sweets and maybe just eliminating breads over a period of time, instead of just trying to do everything at one time and then not accomplishing and get discouraged and just quit altogether. Make sense? So that's where goals become very, very powerful in order to really help you to begin to acquire and accomplish. And listen to this. I want you to celebrate every level of success. What I love about goals is when you set a plan in place and a target you want to reach, as you reach them, you're able to tick mark. So you can say, oh my gosh, I actually walked 3 days this week. That's worth celebrating. All right. So make sure that you do that. I didn't have bread today. Celebrate that instead of feeling, oh gosh, I didn't lose my 10 pounds this week. Let's not do that to ourselves this year. Okay. And I'm using weight loss, but of course we have many, many goals, whether it's to do something in your business or your ministry or with your family life or whatever that is. The beautiful things about goals is that they can be adjusted. All right, you can adjust your goals. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So you want to make sure that you're able to adjust your goals. So maybe you won't do it in the first quarter. That's okay. You'll do it in the second quarter and make the appropriate adjustments, because you'll be able to assess, because you'll be able to outline and map and follow what you've done and make the necessary changes. All right, so I hope that you're working towards setting your goals. So here's what I want you to do very specifically. I want you to outline your goals. I want you to prioritize your goals. Then I want you to map out an action plan. What do you want to do in order to achieve that thing? Again, I use weight loss, but it could be anything. It could be finishing your book. And that's something that I'm still talking about myself, even my own self, and working on it. One of my words for this year is finish. And so I'm going to definitely do that. But what is my action plan to make that happen? Is that making sure that I get up and I write, every morning for 15 minutes on my chapter? Is that, writing 1 day a week? Is that using Friday specifically at 10 o'clock in the morning? So goals have to be specific. So put a timeline on it, in terms of how often you're going to focus on that particular thing and what time you're going to do it in the day. Is it morning? Is it evening? And just commit to that. So map out an action plan. The second thing is you have to do the action. You have to do the thing that you say you're going to do. So do the action. If you say I'm going to write 15 minutes a day, just get up in the morning, if that's your time where you're most alert, and do your 15 minutes of writing. And listen, if you miss it in writing because the baby was crying and the dog was sick and the husband did this or that, then you adjust the plan. So you, instead of not doing it at all, you maybe do it at lunchtime. You may be doing it in the evening, but you just adjust the goal. Make sense? All right, so do the action. The third thing is to get an accountability partner. This is key. Get an accountability partner. Goals are better achieved when you have someone that can hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do, or that can partner with you in the goal. Get an exercise partner, someone to walk with you if you want to lose weight, right? Get someone that's focused in business. One of the things that I'm going to do, and that I've already set in place for this month, and you might think about this too, even in your own circles, is I've decided to create an accountability breakfast every year. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling together some friends and some women in ministry in my local area that I know that have goals they want to accomplish for 2018. And we're going to have an accountability breakfast. And so we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about all of our goals that we want to, not all, that would be counterproductive. We're going to talk about 2 or 3 specific goals we want to accomplish in 2018, and we're going to hold each other accountable to that. And so y'all know me, I'm not going to be like, oh, I want to do my first conference. That won't be enough. I'm going to make sure that they have a plan, they have an action. How are you going to do it? Who are going to be your partners? And we're going to hold each other accountable, and then there'll be checkpoints that we'll make sure that we're doing what we say we're going to do. Isn't that an awesome idea? So you can take that idea. You can do the same thing with a small circle of women. I would say, or whoever's in your business circle, don't have to be women, but think about keeping it very small. I would say maybe 3 to 5 people so that everyone can feel that they're getting equal attention. And just do that, all right? And then the next thing I want you to do is to celebrate one another at every milestone that is reached. And I don't care how you do that. It might be just giving that person a phone call. Girl, did you walk this week? Yes, I did. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Send them a surprise, a nice card in the mail. Drop something in their inbox. Listen, today everything's electronic. You can get a gift card on Amazon, send it to them electronically, let them go and shop at Starbucks because they did a great job on doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So find out who your 5 accountability partners are for this year. Identify who they are and have that breakfast. You can do a virtual accountability. I don't care how you do it. Do a virtual accountability circle. But just work on doing that for 2018 so we can help each other get it to where it is we want to go. You do not have to walk this thing alone. You should not walk this thing alone. I'm always telling you all, I'm here to help you to the best of my ability, to help you, keep you accountable. I'll be launching and releasing some mentorship program opportunities as well, because I know that many of you are part of my KSN network, and I want to be able to connect with you on a more cohesive and consistent basis. And the group is such a broad group of people. I want to really laser focus on those that really want the mentorship with respect to the business and ministry aspect. So I'll be launching that and releasing that really, really soon so that we can connect on a monthly basis to hold each other accountable. We can set some goals, specific goals within the month, and we can just get some stuff done this year. All right? So thank you for listening to me today and for showing up and for sharing out the broadcast. And if you want to know how we are broadcasting with our lovely header above. Y'all see my lovely header? I don't know if you see the logo in the different stickers that go up now, but I found this cool tool. So it actually was in the network. I showed you all the Facebook creator. So that's what this is if you're wondering. And I can show you how to do that as well. These are the kind of things I want to teach you all how to do as you are moving forward, how to move forward in excellence. All right? So have a wonderful, productive day. I love you all. Let me see who's here. Hey, Charlotte. I don't know if I know you, Charlotte, but let me tell you, if you don't know about the Kingdom Sisters Network, we have a network right here on Facebook, a group that's free, and you can join the network. Just go to Facebook and facebook.com/groups, Kingdom Sisters Network, and request to join us there. We are a group of women of faith in ministry and in business, and I do several teachings and trainings inside that group, as well as allow opportunities for you to share your expertise as well in your events. So check us out there inside the network. Hey, Femi, I'm still waiting on our appointment, ma'am, on our reschedule, and we also have Bishop Show here. Good morning, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to do this more often because Facebook has changed their algorithm, and so we're not supposed to be doing business on our personal pages. So we want to make sure that we are honoring the protocols and guidelines. So Facebook is being very, very specific now and really scrutinizing, especially with the whole Russia situation, scrutinizing how we utilize this platform. So you want to keep your business things on your business pages. If you don't have one, you need to think about creating that, keeping it inside your Facebook groups and inside your business pages so that you can begin to sell and promote your products on those platforms outside of your personal wall. So that's why I'm here today on this platform by the advice of Dr. Finch, who I shared with you all on last week. And so let's talk about how we can even do that. Let me see. I thought I saw Springfield Baptist. Oh, I met you at Springfield Baptist Church. I can't see your picture that well, so that's why I'm going to go back and look at you, though, on your picture and profile. Awesome sauce. So, awesome. Okay, Femi. All right, ladies, so we'll talk to you all soon. You all can hold me accountable. I'm going to make my best efforts to show up here on my business page more often. I keep saying that. I'm nervous to make a commitment. That's why I say more often, at least weekly for right now, as I begin to get my mapping out of my own 2018. One of the things that I took time to do, rather than map out an entire year for 2018. Normally I do that in 2017, but I did not feel pressed to do that this year. I really wanted to spend my last 2 months to be very reflective. And so I spent November, December being just very reflective. Plus I had a lot of personal transition going on with loss in family and things of that nature, and being sick also myself on last week with the flu. So what I'm doing is I'm using my January to now focus more specifically. So all of those of you that want to be a part of the KSN tour, I want you to know that it is still happening. I'm going to go in that group and go live in just a moment. We are still doing the 2018 tour. I'm going to do an interest call for those that want to be co-hosts and speakers for that event throughout the different states in your area. So look for that as well. And we'll be talking to you all soon. Oh, you with Mike. Okay, yes. Awesome. I remember you now. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, ma'am. So meet us inside the KSN group, and we will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful and productive day. God bless.